What's going on, guys? Look what just arrived in the mail. The Atmos Mission 2. So let's talk about that. So as you guys know, I a couple years ago made a video about the Atmos Mission 1. It was my first time even trying the computer and I loved it. When I look for a computer, and probably most of you, all I want to know is the price and the simplicity. Most dive computers do exactly what I want. I don't need to mess with a whole lot of stuff. I don't need the most expensive Shearwater or Garmin. I just want something that works awesome and is cheap, but not too cheap. Still looks good. So now they sent me the Mission 2, and I got to go out and do a bunch of dives with it. And this is just about a huge upgrade from the one I already like, and an awesome computer. Okay, Atmos, I'm gonna go do 3 pretty deep dives, relatively deep, so don't let me down. Let's go see. I'm looking at the prices, and these things run about 30,000 Filipino pesos or $600 around there. So if we compare that to another dive computer around the same price range, the best one I could think of is the Sunto D4i. But the problem is the Sunto D4i, which I also love and is super reliable and simple, does not also become a smartwatch like this. And if you guys watch my other channel, you know I'm on a fitness journey, trying to get in shape. I'm counting calories, the steps, and all that. Well, this does all of that. So for the price point, you can't really find another one anywhere near that. And if you're really on the budget thing, this isn't a budget watch. Like I said, it's still $600, but it's hard to find a really high quality dive computer around that price. But if you think about it, I have a Fitbit. I don't want to wear two. That would just look stupid. And why buy two if I don't have to? This, I could go do a whole bunch of dives, then get out of the water, wear it all day as a regular watch. Then I could go for a long walk and it'll track my distance and my calories burned and all that stuff. So, yeah, for that, that's awesome. It's kind of an all in one for me. So, we'll talk about the actual dive computer in a second. But if you want to use this as an actual fitness watch, I actually really like it. It works great. I've been comparing it to my phone and my Fitbit, and it does track your steps and calories and stuff like that. And heart rate, by the way, heart rate was a big selling point for me. That really made me like it. Um, and it's really accurate. And you put that alongside the Atmos app that they have now that works on my iPhone and Android, uh, and it's great. And if you're an Apple Watch dive computer, you know the new dive computer on Apple Watch user, well, the Atmos app that does the same stuff is actually free. You don't have to pay every month like the Apple one, which I can't imagine doing. So this is again an all-in-one dive computer, smartwatch, fitness watch, and it's doing great so far. Now, I know in my previous Mission 1 videos I said, oh, I'm not going to worry about all the complexities and the different features. I'm never going to use this and that. I don't want to hook it up to my email and get notifications and all that. Well, I kind of went down the rabbit hole to make a better video for you guys, and then I started testing them out in the field or underwater, and it was actually kind of awesome. So I like even down to the simplest things, like where I can change the dial face. I can see different, let's call it desktops or whatever, where I could see different times, or I could see even a analog clock on my watch to see what time it is, and I could change the faces. I like having the heart rate monitor on the screen because I'm doing a lot of long walks or boxing or whatever I'm doing, and that's pretty cool to watch. Another thing besides the simplicity and the price that I really keep track of is the battery life. So just to test this thing, I turned on every feature I could find, the constant heart rate. Look, it's still trying to blink and find my heart rate. The compass, all the notifications. I mean, I've been getting email notifications on this thing. It vibrates every time. I can even have it make a little alarm, um, just to try out the battery. And 3 to 5 days. And if I am diving, it's probably about 3 good dive days with 2 to 3 dives a day. So it's a really good battery. I think an upgrade from the Mission One. And if you think about it, on the Mission One, I didn't like the idea. That was the first time I had a computer that I needed to charge. But now I just throw it on the charger at night, just like my phone, and it's charged the next day. This one's been going for 3 days and it's still 72%, and I'm loving it. Now, as much as the wallpaper or desktop or whatever for the regular watch part is changeable, it's the same thing when you're diving. Of course, like any other dive computer, as soon as you're down like 1 meter or whatever it is, the dive portion turns on. And of course, you got to set it to your air mix, nitrate, whatever it is, 21%, whatever you're diving with. And then you don't have to worry about anything. And at least that's what I thought. Out on the first dive, I discovered I need to change some of the alarm settings. I didn't like being notified at 45 minutes of dive time because I'm like, what is that? Am I in trouble? What's going on? But you could change that. I changed it to 60 minutes just because that's a good marker. You know, most of my friends or people that I'm diving with, they're kind of done at 60 minutes anyway. So it's good to know that I've been down an hour. The other setting was depth. I don't remember what the depth. It was a little too shallow. I didn't need to know really. So I just changed it. I put the depth alarm at 40 meters. Not that I'll ever go to 40 meters without knowing already, but whatever. I don't need to be notified at 15 or 20 meters. I know what I'm doing. The other alarm that I didn't change was the low no deco time, and that's a good one because sometimes I'll be filming something at 20 meters or even 18 or something and just kind of lose track, and I'm used to an alarm, I'm used to filming and just kind of looking over, but if so, I think the alarm goes off with 2 or 3 minutes left of no deco time or no deco limit. And I like that. I like that alarm. But anyways, the point is you could set all the alarms to whatever you want. So time, depth, no deco limit, all that. And as well as when you're coming up, if you're going up too fast, your ascent rate. And when it's time, when you hit the safety stop level, it lets you know. And I really tested it out on my last dive. I went over my deco no deco limit by like 2 minutes just to see what happens, and it did adjust and did everything it's supposed to do to give me a different safety stop, longer safety stop, 7 meter, whatever it was, and then a normal safety stop. It does what it's supposed to do. It's awesome. It's for beginners and in more advanced. I know a lot of dive instructors and dive masters that love this thing. So it's kind of a little bit for everyone. So one thing that I started using that I never even bothered with the Mission 1 is the compass. And I love this thing. It has a couple different settings. You can change the face while you're diving to just look at the compass, or the compass could have a needle on the dial. And why is this important and why didn't I use it before? Well, it was a new thing when I was doing it a couple years ago and I didn't really care. I didn't want to rely on that. But now, about 2 months ago, I got lost on a dive site. If you guys watch the channel, we explore the whole coast a lot, going to do new and different dive sites that I or nobody's been to before. And I had this one shore dive where normally you can follow the ripples in the sand back to the shore, but this was a really weird dive site where not only did the topography go like this, like I could dive for 30 minutes straight out to sea, and all of a sudden I'm at 5 meters again. It was just really weird. And then the currents went back and forth. So sometimes those ripples were going not just not with the direction they normally go, not even parallel. Sometimes they were going diagonal, so I definitely got lost. And I mostly do night dive. So, anyways, yesterday I tested it out. This compass, I just wanted to see how it worked, and you could set your compass heading. I got in the water and turned around and pointed it at my exit, my entry and exit, and set the marker right there, and that told me where my exit was. Then I did a 90-minute dive all over this complicated dive site, like just canyons and all this stuff, not paying attention. I'm out in the dark. No, it's all sand, not any rocks, no reef, nothing, just no landmarks whatsoever. And then I looked at my computer and I was like, wow, there's this little arrow, I guess you could call it, going around the dial of my computer, and it told me exactly where to go. So I just tested it, and I went straight to my safety stop and then straight out, and it was exactly where my car was. It was amazing. So I'm actually really, really happy with that. I'm definitely gonna turn off all the alarms for like my emails and messages and phone calls and stuff like that, just to save battery. And I'm carrying my phone anyway, so who cares? But this compass thing, I really like. That's an awesome feature that I'm definitely going to be using a lot more on these exploration dives. All right, guys, that's about it. I'm not one of those channels that gets into the technical aspects of every little detail of this thing. And let's face it, most of you guys don't care. You want to know, is it good or is it bad? And I would tell you if it's bad. This thing is an awesome, awesome dive computer at this price point. And I cannot think of one I would rather have at around $600. It's probably even cheaper in the States. I'm not sure because most electronics are more expensive here. So at that price, you can't even get a Sunto D4i. You don't want a Sunto Zoop or Zoop Novo, unless you're diving like one day a year. So I really can't think of a better dive computer slash smartwatch slash fitness watch that you can get for that price. It does everything I want and more. It does things I didn't know I want and now I love. I can walk around and wear this as a regular watch in public. It looks great. And yeah, so that's about it for this video. Let me know what you guys think. Do you like it? Are you going to try it out for the first time? Let me know. Stay tuned if you want more videos like this, because 2023, I'm going to be doing a lot of crazy projects, and I'm going to be showing you the camera gear, the dive gear, BCD, everything that I'm using coming up soon. We got big news, some ambassadorships with gear companies. It's going to be an awesome year. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you soon.